The Tales series has never been amazing. Tales of Symphonia and Vesperia are outliers in their greatness, but overall the games are safe, serviceable RPGs, filled with classic charm. Lately, however, the quality of these titles has been somewhat suspect. Tales of Vesperia was a major disappointment to a lot of fans of the series.
How could this have happened?
Uninspired combat, an atrocious battle camera, and forgettable characters, except Edna, of course.
You're more right than you think.
While I didn't hate it, I was pretty underwhelmed by the title. The Xillia games before that also have a lot of displeased fans, but they are easily defended. While nothing to write home about, they do maintain an average level of quality that most Tales games possess. Berseria, I'm happy to report, is slightly better than the current crop of Tales games. It's not a classic that'll be remembered for years to come, but it is a solid game that doesn't really falter at any point. Most importantly, it gets the single most important thing about a Japanese role-playing game right: the characters. Now you may be thinking the story is the most important element in a JRPG, but you would be wrong. The characters are always the most important aspect of a story, because if you don't care about the characters, at least the main ones, you won't give a damn about what happens to them.
I could flip this coin 1,000 times and still land on tails. Trying to get through the fort cost the lives of 5 good sailors. If you join up with me, I can't guarantee your safety.
Why would you go out of your way to warn us?
Even demons don't want to meet an unfair death, right? If you still want to come with me, just know the risks.
Works for me. I land on tails, I'll flip it to heads on my own.
This is one of the areas where previous Tales games have heavily failed. When you look at the most popular Tales games, you have a cast of characters that are extremely likable. Carl was the only bad cast member in Vesperia, and every member of Symphonia was a treat. Even the bad guy Kratos, whose name was said wrong throughout the whole entire game, was a likable character. Conversely, when you look at a game like Final Fantasy XIII, which I personally enjoy, but many people hate the characters, and it's not a good game. The world is great, the lore is great, the music, etc., all fantastic, but the cast of characters stunk. You probably like 1, maybe 2 of them. Square Enix mistakenly thought people would be willing to run in a straight line for 60 hours with such a lackluster cast, and they were wrong. Fortunately, Berseria gets this right. Magilou got on my nerves a bit because I hate loud, one-dimensional characters who are just there for comic relief, but she was fleshed out enough to keep me from hating her, even though she's my least favorite cast member by far.
In anguish, I had that little turncoat right in front of me!
Velvet was the resident badass.
I'll never forgive that! Ever! So get out of my way. If you don't, I'll devour you again!
Rokuro was the samurai, technically a ronin, who lives to fight and grow stronger. Laphicet was the Shota bait.
Your face is all red. In there too long?
Eleanor, an exorcist torn by her duty and sense of honor, and Aizen, the pirate who desperately wanted to cure his bad luck. None of these characters are unique, but they all work. Another thing that sets this cast apart from other Tales games, hell, games in general, is that you play as the bad guys. That isn't a hyperbolic statement, nor is there some reveal halfway through the game that you are actually the good guys. The people you play are bringing destruction to the world, and the people you fight are trying to bring about world peace. The moral question that is posed during the game is how far is too far to go to achieve your ideals. The game tackles this question very well while making it clear that neither side is necessarily right. Even when you save the day by beating the game, since this is a prequel to Tales of Zestiria, if you played that game, you know the world is going to be in such serious trouble in just a few thousand years. The basic plot of the game is that Velvet, our anti-hero, is living with her little brother and her sister's ex-fiancé, Artorias. The village is attacked and Velvet ends up losing everyone she cares about, turning into a demon, and being sealed away. Wait, let me back up a step. In this world, humans generate a miasma called malevolence when they experience negative emotions, or demon blight as it's called at first. If a person generates too much malevolence, they become a demon.
She'll hunt down that Dial character in no time.
They say that once you change, you can never turn back into a human. Is killing him our only option?
Killing him would be a mercy. Demons are just monsters who've lost their humanity.
Yeah, you're right. Things like that aren't human anymore.
So when Velvet witnesses her village get attacked, she loses it and becomes a demon. But not just any type of demon, she becomes a special type of demon known as a Therian, which feeds on other demons.
A demon that feeds on demons.
Arthur.
A Therian.
The story starts 3 years later, with Velvet having been sealed away in a prison. She makes a prison break and starts her quest to get revenge on Artorias. Velvet is so hell-bent on revenge that she is willing to kill anyone, destroy anything, and use anyone that will help her achieve her goal. There are numerous points where she'll do something that will screw over hundreds, if not thousands of innocent people, and she doesn't even remotely care, which is both jarring and kind of badass.
Why? Why would they do such a thing to us?
We're finished! Hellawes is no more!
Curse you. Curse you. Such ghastly demons. The Abbey, no. Lord Artorias himself must be informed.
Artorias works for a group called the Abbey, which I believe is a branch of the church. The Abbey employs people known as exorcists. Normally human beings cannot kill demons, but exorcists form a bond with angelic beings known as Malachim, who possess magic that enables them to kill demons. Due to the Abbey having a monopoly on the ability to fight monsters, they grow swiftly in power after the demons begin appearing. As Velvet's infamy grows, she becomes known as the Lord of Calamity, and becomes public enemy number 1 in the Abbey's eyes. While Velvet is traveling the world seeking more power, Artorias and his cohorts are doing bad things in their own right while trying to achieve their goal of world peace. Berseria isn't without its problems, however, the most annoying thing being the sloppy localization. No, I don't mean the quasi-censorship of the sacrifice scene. I'm thinking more along the lines of spelling errors, subtitles not matching spoken dialogue, dialogue that gets cut off weirdly at times, and sometimes story elements being translated wrong. I don't know if the localization team didn't catch this or if they just didn't care. I don't think I've ever seen a movie, read a book, or played a game with this many mistakes in it. A damn shame, but not the end of the world. All in all, I love this entry into the series. It's probably one of my favorite Tales games. I'd rank it below Vesperia and Symphonia, of course, but it's probably a little bit better than Xillia. I give it 4 bazongas out of 5.